Hello everyone, welcome to the Modern Healer Tarot. This reading is a general reading and advice for your current situation right now, so it is timeless. As always, I have 3 wonderful piles which you can choose from, and timestamps will be in the description box below. If you are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, they are $10, so check out more information about that available in the description box below. And lastly, I should have said this first, but if you are a new or returning Modern Healer Tarot subscriber or watcher, welcome and thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your immense amount of support. So without further ado, we'll hop right into your reading, and I hope that you enjoy. Bye. Hello, Pile 1. I hope you guys have been well and taking care of yourselves. You guys chose this rose quartz crystal. Good for self-love, love found in all forms, really. But we'll get started and hop right into your reading. This reading is a just general advice as to your current situation, general energy. So we'll see what pops up for you. Thank you again so much for being here. If you're new, welcome. If you are an old subscriber, welcome again anyways. And I hope you enjoy your reading. Spirit, this message is for our Pile 1 and general advice for them. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, wow, and the Devil. So I'm feeling like this transitionary stage, this transitionary period for you guys. I see you guys walking away from the past and really creating the happy life that you want to live. Now, this Devil card here tells me that there might be, for a lot of you, something that's still bringing you down, still weighing on your heart, which can get into the way of this happiness here. So let's explore more. Spirit, general advice for my Pile 1. Okay. So we've got quite a few here. And while we're still starting and I still have your attention here, I'm going to ask that you excuse the construction in the background. I do apologize if it's taking away from your reading, but the message still stands. So we have the 10 of Wands. Yes, a lot of exhaustion. 2 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. We have this 10 of Wands and 2 of Wands here, which is telling me that whatever you find may be weighing on your heart, I feel like there's a little bit of guilt there. You're looking back and, thinking that you're the villain is the sort of energy that I'm feeling. Then we have the Ace of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles, which also tells me that it's imperative for you to really go in, really, almost like I'm seeing a vision of a microscope, really hone in on this wound, this sore spot that keeps reappearing, because I see that it's each time your attention goes to back to that point, back to whatever you feel like you have guilt about, it clouds your judgment and it's impairing your ability to, really step into this sort of lighthearted energy. Ace of Cups and 6 of Pentacles, which tells me that you want a new chapter. You want a new way of, being stable. You want to create that stable life for yourself. And most importantly, you can. We have the Strength here right under the Devil, which tells me that it's going, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of hard work and movement to push yourself out of these deep and uncomfortable situations, without a doubt. Without a doubt. But what you focus your mind to, what you attend to is, for better or for worse. When you focus on the positive, granted, no one's saying that that's easy, but when you make the conscious effort to focus on the positive, it does become easier. It becomes this innate, instinctual sort of thing that you revert back to the positive, or you revert back to all the things you did give. I'm feeling like, particularly with this sense of guilt, there's this feeling like you didn't give enough, or you didn't give as much as you thought you deserved. Let's explore more. Spirit, Can we get more of the Six of Pentacles? Let me scooch this over too for you guys. More of the Six of Pentacles, Spirit. Interestingly, I'm sort of feeling like you guys are really at this period of withdrawal. Almost like this period of, you know, pulling back. It's like you're at the end. You're moving towards the end of this difficult energy, diffusing your way out of it. We have the Three of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So this does tell me that you guys are a very emotionally attuned group, emotionally aware group. And I feel like you guys feel your emotions very intensely. Very intensely. But so with that, because this is interesting, with the imagery here, we have the Knight of Cups talking about focus, and her focus is directed towards this sort of pain and heartbreak right now. But then we also have the Strength card, which her focus is entirely pointed to the past, but in a unique way. It's pointing to the past as almost like this strength, this way to help you move forward. Looking at how much you've overcome, looking at how much you really did give to this person or situation, almost like reframing from a strength-based approach. Using, you know, your personal experiences to really help you, to really, you know, push you towards success. This is the sort of energy that I see you guys striving to embody and want to embody, and most importantly need to embody in order for you to fully not feel as drained from this situation as you do. Spirit, anything else? More general messages for our pile one. The phrase "give yourself grace" is coming to my mind. You know, you guys chose this crystal about love quartz. I mean, rose quartz to me is really about self-love. Self-love. And I know that that phrase can be a little bit generic or a little bit frustrating to hear, because it's like, what does self-love really mean? But I encourage you to really answer that question for yourself. Not as this bigger umbrella term for the collective, but more so catered to your own personal subjective experience. What can I do for myself to feel like I'm worthy of love, to feel like I'm worthy to move forward from situations and attract even better? We have here the Sun card, simple, and it's the only one that came out. All you need to do is focus on what makes you feel good, and really, pile one, what makes you feel good? You, the reader, you, the person listening to this right now. Because no one else can decide that for you, and no one else knows for you. I'm going to put this on top. Spirit, any other general advice? Can we get advice for our pile one and what they can do to really get out of that energy? Wow. Okay. So we have here the World card telling me you're in charge of your own fate, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is telling me look back, but use your past as a tool to move forward. Use your past as this tool. It's almost like, it's like a secret power, a secret sort of tool that you can use to develop, honestly, everything. Like further develop your life in all aspects, pile one. I do see, again, I feel like you guys are carrying a lot of weight and burden, heavy burden of something. For some of you, you know, the lack of not being good enough, a worthlessness is the sort of energy that I'm feeling. And then we have this Emperor card, yeah. So when I think of the Emperor, it embodies a lot of this masculine energy, which has to do with taking charge, has to do with being in control of your own emotions, of your own happiness, and really sacrificing things, especially this sort of, negative thinking, quote unquote. We all make mistakes. We all feel, there are always times where people feel like they're not worthy enough of something. But how you come back from it and what you do to, consciously nurture that wound and go in and really explore is going to help you move forward. Now I want to get a couple of oracle cards for you. Spirit, general advice for our pile 1. Your advice, I feel like a lot, pile 1, is to keep going inwards. Keep doing that inner work, even especially when you feel like this wound is reopening. It's a time to really go in and pour yourself love. When I first started your reading, I paid attention to these cups. That was the first thing that came to my mind. And honestly, I should have said it in the beginning. But, it's that sort of feeling. It's like should have, could have, would have. Okay, you didn't, so what can I do now? So definitely pouring that love. Spirit, can we get an oracle card for our pile 1 regarding general advice? Pouring that love back into yourself. All the energy you gave to something else, someone else, now's your time to replenish. Wow. Wow. Look at that. A new start is coming. Fresh start, fresh vibes. And then you also have the sun and the world. These are some of the most powerful cards in the deck, in the spread. Newness, a clean slate. What you did in the past is the past, and it's going to stay there. But what you do with it from this point forward, even if that means forgetting it, honestly, for some of you, it's, that's how you move forward, truly. Spirit, some more oracle cards for our pile 1 and general advice. Yeah, I do feel this sense of regret, this sense of, this void. Like, you still want to look back in the past or do something to fix it. But you've got to help yourself, pile 1, right now. We have composure, okay? Definitely signifying, in times of discomfort and uncertainty, what you do to help yourself crawl out of that space. We have strength and guidance, which tells me, your spiritual team is always there, always around you. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask for it. If you need a sign, don't be afraid to ask for it. That's what they're there for. And then harmony and resolution. So yeah, I do feel like a lot of you will be coming to this realization very, very soon, if not already, that maybe you weren't the villain in your past stories. Maybe you weren't. Maybe you did everything that you possibly could. And if that wasn't enough, or you feel like it wasn't enough, maybe it was. What if your past went down exactly the way that it needed to? How will you move forward? It's up to you. It's all in your hands. Let go, free yourself. And these terms, I do want to acknowledge these terms can sometimes be redundant and frustrating to hear, but really you have the opportunity right now that fate is in your hands. Truly. You have the opportunity right now to create something beautiful. I'm holding my hands out like this. I literally feel like a ball of energy. I'm sending it to you, truly, pile 1. I trust that you'll believe this and create something. Okay? So I'm going to leave your reading there. I do hope that the messages resonated. If they did, please let me know in the comment section below. I love hearing from you all. Thank you so much for being here. If you're interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, my information will be available down in the description box below. And thank you again. Be well, take care, and I will see you in our next tarot reading, okay? Bye. Hello, pile 2. So if you chose pile 2, welcome to your reading. You guys chose this trust stone. hope you guys have been well and taking care of yourselves. And this reading is just a general pick a card reading and advice for your current situation right now, okay? So I will not waste any time. If you are a new subscriber to the Modern Healer Tarot, welcome. And if you are an old subscriber, welcome again. Thank you for being here. So Spirit, this message is for our pal 2 and general advice regarding their current situations. Okay, 8 of Wands to start. This is already a very powerful start. Change, movement, you're headed in a different direction, I have to say right off the bat. Spirit, this message is for pile 2 and general messages for their current situation. Wow. Thank you. So we have the Queen of Wands. So, okay, my message is already coming quick for you guys. Heavy messages coming through. I feel like trusting yourself, in trusting yourself, you changed direction. There was something that a decision that you made that required a lot of trust. Wow. Wow. There was a decision that you made that required a lot of trust in the self, and it's changing your direction, helping you change course. Okay. 3 of Cups, 7 of Swords, okay, and the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. So I want to say, pile 2, this change appears very positive. It's a celebration because you learned how to trust yourself. I do see, however, a little bit of deceit, a little bit of curiosity about the past, I want to say. Something looking back. Let's explore more with this. Spirit, can we get more of 7 of Wands? More regarding the 7 of Wands, I'm sorry. More regarding the 7 of Wands. I'm definitely sensing that some of your focus is still looking back in the past. Spirit, 7 of Swords, please. The World. I'm feeling like some of you are looking back in the past because there's this sort of feeling like something still might be there. Like something isn't entirely unfinished. And I think that has a lot to do with this decision that you made, because for a lot of you, it wasn't necessarily something that you wanted to make, but I feel like the signs were becoming more and more apparent for you to do so. Spirit, more. Can we get more about general advice for pile 2 and whatever this decision was? Okay, so Spirit is, rightfully so, not letting us look too deeply into the past, which is a good thing, I'll say. We have the Lover's card here. I'm going to kind of scooch this order over. The Lover's card, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Cups, and then Judgment. Okay, pile 2. So, honestly, this is your spirit guides communicating directly through me to you to let you know that they're working behind the scenes for something greater. What was left behind, whatever decision you made, was the right decision for you in that moment. And what you left behind is not going to really compare to what's ahead of you, to put it simply. There's this saying that what you lost will not be the best that you had. And that's really the sort of energy that I'm feeling from this group right now. It's that looking back in the past seems comfortable to you, and seems, you know, when you look back in the past, it seems like there's something wrong, like there's still unfinished business, there's not closure, that sort of energy. However, again, moving forward and by looking forward, it's truly a celebration. I mean, we really do have all of these like positive cards back to back to back to back. And even more importantly than them being positive, they're all transformative. They all speak to how changing the course of your life and making decisions that are much more high vibrational is really going to align you with where you're going and make you feel good. Regardless of if you see that being the case right now, I can tell you from the cards and from your spiritual team that where you are right now, you've gained a significant amount of skills. I mean, I don't know what this decision was, but regardless, you have become such an incredibly powerful being, much more than you were in this situation right here. For some of you, this decision was was directed towards this love connection. Others of you, it was for career. But again, you're really transforming your life entirely. Really, you know, fate is in your hands. And you've changed the fate. So you owe it to yourself to celebrate that success and to even celebrate the little milestones that you've accomplished along the way. Because I do feel like for a lot of you, you're not seeing it. Or it's not as big as a deal as you have to make it. And the reason I say this is celebrating the small wins are so important. It's imperative because it motivates you to keep going and it opens you up to numerous possibilities. We also have this Judgment card here, which I want to explore. Spirit, can we get more about this Judgment card? I do feel like your spiritual team is around you all the time, trying to communicate with you, trying to, you know, bring you to this happiness, almost like push you in. I'm getting a vision of someone, you know, scooching you further and further away from something back here and towards something much bigger and much grander, much more fulfilling for you, pile 2. Honestly, Spirit, more general advice for a pile 2. Yeah, I do, similar to messages that came through in pile 1, moving forward from the past is not an easy thing. Choosing to look forward is not always an easy thing, but the more that you make a conscious effort to do so when you recognize that you're looking back in the past, the easier it becomes to move forward. Interestingly, we have these infinity symbols, which are almost like halos on top of these people, which tells me that, you know, there's a lot of thoughts. My pile 2, I feel like you guys are heavy thinkers. Heavy, you know, this curiosity, wondering if things could have gone this way, wondering what's ahead, just heavy thinkers, air sign energy. But with that, I want to say, I bring that to your attention, because where you focus, where your mind is, controls the fate. It controls your reality. So choose wisely. We have this 5 of Swords here, yeah. You know, as far as this thing in the past, whether or not this person or whatever the situation is, whether or not they wronged you is beyond you. And I ask that you really let that phrase sink in, because it's indicative of the fact that people are going to make decisions that best suit them. And honestly, we can't be mad. All we can do is really appreciate it. You made your decision. Thank you. But the question comes back, I offer the question to you, what decision will you make moving forward? Is it a decision that's going to push you forward further to success? And if it is, what does that look like for you? All that sort of Socratic questioning is where you can put your mind to. Okay, my thinkers? Truly. So now I want to get an oracle card for you guys. Spirit, can we get an oracle card? Yeah, I'm kind of even getting a low-grade headache from this reading pile too, which tells me you guys are definitely in your heads a lot. Oh, the possibilities. You know, there's many possibilities, many ways that somebody could have approached a situation, many ways that you can approach a situation. But you can only make do with what's in front of you. And until then, if nothing's in front of you, then, you know. Okay, so here we have nothing will come from this situation. Again, I do feel like this is pertaining to the past, looking back in the past. Trying to turn nothing into something, we'll say. And pile 2, by the way, you know exactly what this situation is. Don't second guess yourself. You know what this whole reading is pertaining to. Why you came here in the first place. And then let's get one more for you. Spirit, one more oracle card for our pile 2 from this Moonology deck. General advice for them, please. Yeah, I'm sensing a very bold energy from you guys too, if that resonates. That you made a very, bold decision even getting into this situation from the start. Spirit, another oracle card for pile 2, please. Surrender to the divine. Yeah, so again, pile 2, something good is percolating behind the scenes. You just have to trust yourself enough to keep going forward, to keep making the right decisions, that sort of thing. Which you're more than capable. I mean, this decision that you made in the past, it's really a celebration. Lastly, I want to get a card from this deck as well. Spirit, an oracle card for our pile 2. Yeah, definitely celebrating the small wins, pile 2. Mother, Father, God. So again, interesting pile 2. I'll let you in on a little secret. If at times you feel uncertain or you're confused by a certain situation, you can literally ask the universe and your spiritual team for a sign or confirmation that you're on the right path. You can say something as simple as, hey Spirit, show me a strawberry before the end of the day or before the end of the week, because we got to give them time too. We got to be realistic. Hey Spirit, show me a strawberry before the end of the week if I'm on the right path. That sort of thing helps develop this relationship with your spiritual team, if that's what you want. But I say that because for a lot of you, you've kind of been questioning, how I need to feel deeply connected to something. And, your spiritual team is really your helping hand. They're really your guides through times like these. Through the up and down, through the uncertain, through the anxious, all of that. That's what they're there for. Okay? So again, I want to throw that message out to those of you that really feel like you're lacking that sort of spiritual connection or spiritual wellness to something. You're being called to do something, so do it. If that's really going to help your well-being, okay? One more from this deck. Spirit, messages for our pile 2 and general advice. And then again, pile 2, you have this trust stone. Trust in your decisions. Trust in the divine. Trust that what you no longer have is not the best that you will have. Because if it is the best that you will have, then it should still be here. Spirit, last message for our pile 2. Opportunity and change. Look at that. So yeah, make something good out of the situation and out of what you learn. Because, that's what life is all about. That's what the human experience is all about. Learning from our mistakes and hopefully not doing them again. Okay? So I'm going to leave your reading there, Pile 2. I do hope that the messages resonated. If they did, please let me know in the comment section below. I love hearing from you all. If you're interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, my information will be available in the description box below. Again, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in our next tarot reading, okay? Bye. Hello, Pile 3. So if you chose Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You guys chose this jade bracelet. Good for prosperity and good health. So if you are a new Modern Healer Tarot watcher or subscriber, welcome. And for all my old Modern Healer Tarot subscribers, welcome and thank you so much for being here. So we'll hop right into your reading. Spirit, this is a general advice and general messages that want to come through for our Pile 3 today. Okay, so 6 of Swords to start, thank you. Spirit, general messages and advice for our Pile 3. I'll take this one. King of Cups. Okay. Thank you. So Pile 3, so far with these 2 cards, I'm feeling this energy where you are walking away from something, walking away from shaky waters, and into this space where your emotional maturity or level of that is being tested. We have the 3 of Swords here, so perhaps this is attributed to something that you want to move away from, but again, this King of Cups here tells me that it's not been easy to gain the composure that you find yourself having right now. Then we have the Justice and the Moon card. Okay, wow. So definitely, again, balancing this maturity, balancing your emotions, which, congratulations to that, I want to say off the bat, because that can be difficult, incredibly difficult, but also a helpful skill. And then the Moon. So this Moon card here, interestingly, tells me that exploring your curiosities or exploring a little bit of where this pain and heartache is coming from is one of the things that is going to help you move forward. I want to say for a lot of you, exploring your fears, because for some of you, it's split messages. This pain can be attributed to something in the past, or it can just be a resurfacing fear that you've been noticing. But again, definitely you're working towards balancing this right now. Spirit, can we get some more general advice and messages, wow, for our Pile 3 here? Wow. So we have here the 5 of Wands. I'm going to scooch this up just so you can see it. So 5 of Wands, I'm definitely feeling like this is internal conflict, not necessarily external conflict with people around you, although it could be. And then this Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like Pile 3, in a way, this degree of emotional maturity is stirring up a lot of emotions within you, either because you have yet to explode, or because outside influences are really starting to get to you, starting to make you feel agitated. Then we have the Hierophant, the Chariot, and the 10 of Wands. So yeah, definitely a lot of exhaustion, a lot of intense emotions that you're working through right now. I do want to say, Pile 3, that trusting yourself and the way that you've approached situations thus far is really what's going to help you move forward. And quite frankly, for a lot of you, it has been the thing that's allowing you to move forward. I feel like for a lot of you, this reading is honestly just reassurance and reaffirming that you are an intelligent person when it comes to your emotions and dealing with them. But for some reason, I am getting the sense that it's become overwhelming to maintain this high level of composure right now. Either because of this fear or, again, something weighing on you from the past. It's resurfacing unexpectedly, and so you are, being invited to go in on that, to explore that. I am also getting the sense for a lot of you that you don't necessarily want to really explore your emotions because, some of you may not feel like you need to. Spirit, can we get more general advice, general messages for our Pile 3 right now? Yeah, there's definitely been a shift in your awareness, in your subconscious, which is making you think differently about, honestly, the person that you are right now. 8 of Wands. Yep, a lot of change, a lot of movement, a lot of shaking stuff up, I'm feeling. Judgment. Wow. Okay. So my Pile 3, as you know, part of being emotionally mature is being able to let the cloudy water settle, meaning let your emotions diffuse before you feel like you can reapproach the situation, certainly. But another big part of it is choosing to explore those emotions that keep resurfacing, that keep reappearing. If and when you find that there's a pattern or a certain theme within the emotions that you are feeling, go inwards. Go inwards. I feel like your spirit guides, a spiritual team, really connect to you and to us in general with our emotions, with the things that we feel. We can only feel certain things or hide our feelings about certain things for so long. Because the more we push them down or we go around them or we realize that we're not dealing with them, the more apparent that they become. Or the more likely our experiences around us will emphasize those sort of emotions. So stay with me here. Let's explore more. Spirit, any other general advice for our Pile 3? I do feel like your spiritual team is communicating with you right now, even through this reading, to, again, attune yourself to your emotions. You're a very attuned person to the emotions around you and in certain situations, but this particular situation that you find yourself in right now is very unique. And so the decision that you make moving forward is going to change your fate entirely, Pile 3. The Star. Wow. You have the Star and the Moon. Two sides of you. The side that you disclose to people and that most people think of you as, and the side that, yes, you may be that person on the outside, but on a deeper soul level, by yourself, what is it that you really feel? Who are you really? Right now is a chance to explore that, really. Spirit, anything else? Any other messages for our Pile 3? General advice for them? I feel like, throat chakravation a little bit being activated here. There's this emotionally mature aspect of you that's developed now, you know, it's definitely a new way of being. It wasn't always that way, is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like a lot of experiences have made you this person, but deep down inside, there's something else that you have yet to disclose. Either because you don't feel safe enough to do so, or because you're not ready, or because you don't think you need to do so. All of those are valid. But I can say, pile 3, that the more you don't speak on behalf of your feelings, or don't channel your feelings in some way, whether it's, you know, through your work or talking, whatever it is, the more that you don't say how you really feel, the less aligned you'll feel ultimately. And the more likely you'll keep going into, it's a cycle. The more likely the same experiences will keep happening until you realize, until you recognize, you know, what's on the surface, or what's beneath the surface, we'll say. Yeah, so 5 of Cups, the Devil, the Hermit. I want to say, pile 3, it's almost like you're receiving this inner wisdom right now. This deep inner wisdom about something. Spirit is not going into too much detail about what it is, but I think it honestly has to do with your display of emotions, or lack thereof. That perhaps you want to feel a deeper connection with something. Perhaps you have the opportunity already in front of you to feel this deepness, but you are not admitting it yet. Which again is fine. But if you want to move out of these waters and let go of that feeling, of those residual feelings from the past, it's going to require you to step in your truth, which you know how to do. Interestingly, also, you, pile 3, chose this bracelet of good health and prosperity. And that ultimately comes to people when they are fully aligned with their being and their truth. Okay, so really finding a way to connect to your emotions and being truthful and honest to yourself about them is prosperity, really. They say health is wealth. And for you, I'm feeling, you know, spiritual health. That's wealth. Spirit, is there any other message you want our pile 3 to know? Any other general advice for our pile 3? I want to say too, pile 3, if you feel like you don't have the space to open up, or for whatever reason you don't feel like you can verbally communicate, nonverbal communication is still a way of communicating. Look at the patterns. Look at the patterns of your behavior. Look at the patterns of the lyrics that you write. Look at the patterns of the art that you create. We have death. So yeah, this is definitely a lot of rebirth and regrowth for you guys. A lot of rebirth. This is heavy stuff you're dealing with. Emotions are not easy. Pain is not difficult to move through at all. And most of the times it's unexpected. But through that development and through, you know, moving forward through these murky waters here, you create something beautiful. You are the walking embodiment of truth, pile 3. You are. You've got to be there for yourself if you feel like no one else around you can. Lastly, I want to pull a couple of oracle cards from 2 decks. So we'll start with this Moonology deck. Spirit General oracle cards for my pile 3. One general or 2. I had a feeling 2 would come out for you. So nothing will come out of this situation. Beautiful. And then you're very close to achieving your goal. Wow. So in tandem, I feel like there's one more thing you have to do, Pile 3, that'll help you completely let go of this heartache, let go of the past. There's one more thing you have to do. Whether it's admitting something to yourself, whether it's, doing something, saying something, putting something out, whatever it is, there's one more thing you need to do to gain that closure for yourself. And so with that, if you're still unclear or you need an extra guidance, the people around you and even your spiritual team are available to help. I feel like to manifest the life that you want to live and this prosperity, Pile 3, it's going to start with what you think and what you say about yourself. Lastly, we'll get a card from this deck here. Spirit, one more oracle card for our Pile 3. Yeah, definitely some throat activation, throat chakra activation, which is telling me communication, having an open heart is really, are two themes highlighted for you right now. So I hope that helps you with your decision or with what you're thinking about right now, Pile 3. Signs and reminders, well. So I feel like with this card, again, the things that are resurfacing, really go in on them, Pile 3. Because they're telling you something. They're trying to tell you something. Reveal something from your subconscious. And then raise your vibration. Yeah, so this is again confirming to me that you are already aligned. Attuning yourself to the realization that something keeps nagging at you, or certain emotions about a specific situation is becoming more and more apparent. That's helping you stay aligned with who you are. And ultimately through that you develop and you continue to shoot higher and aim higher. It's almost like I'm getting a vision of your path being cleared. There's one more thing, something that's still weighing heavy, but as soon as you tackle that, as soon as you go in on that thing, you're gonna swim. You lifted up all the clouds, you completely unveiled a whole different layer, and success, even more success than you have right now, is yours. Be open, be receptive. Okay? So I'm going to leave your reading there. As always, if the messages resonated, please let me know in the comment section below. I love hearing from you all. If you're interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, my information will be available in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here. Be well, and I will see you in our next tarot reading, okay? Bye.